Oh yes, playtesting, a very important part of getting a game together. Yes, let's tell you the story of two different games. So I've got this one here. As you can see, it's complete. It's finished. And what I did on this one is I would hand out a computer printout of the rules as they were at that particular moment in the process to all the different play testers, and we would run through, play things, and as they ran into situations where they had questions or they thought something was wrong, they could write right on the notes, right there on the printouts, what they thought about that particular subject. And at the end of each play session, I would collect all the printouts from everyone and process all that information, deciding if their suggestions were valid, or if they were good suggestions, or if they had good points about a particular rule or whatever. And then I would make corrections to the file, the main file for the rule document, and I would print out new documents for everyone the following week, and I would hand them out, and we'd just repeat the process. So the playtesters would play the game under the new rules. They make their suggestions, write it all down, hand it in to me, and then I do it all over again. And I burn through lots and lots of paper. So I have records somewhere of all these different versions of this particular game here, and it's a stack about this tall. That's how much paper I burned through. But it was important to nail down all the mistakes and all the opportunities for improvement. So that when things finally got to the point where there were no more suggestions, we filtered it down to the final product, basically. And from there, we can move on to the next step in the process. But there's another game that I like to talk about where we did the play testing a little differently. It was a cowboy game, and I think the name of the game was Cowboy Game, because we didn't have a better name for it at the time. And every week, we would get together and we would discuss the game and play as the rules were at that particular moment. And in the middle of play, we would say, well, how about if we do things a different way? Or in this particular situation, let's try this. And we would do that. And then we wouldn't write anything down. And the next week, we would have to remember all the changes that we made and then do it all again. And after maybe months of that, we had a whole game in our heads, and everyone had a different version of the game in their heads because no one wrote anything down. There was no process towards finishing the game, and that's why it was never completed.